Stan, just what was the focus of today's practice?
You know what? Today was really about organization. Obviously, with some new guys, this was really our first real chance to get organized a little bit in what we were doing. So that was the major part of it.
Hey Stan, Andrew from ESPN. Can you just give us an update on Lonzo? He said he wasn't able to go full practice today, but what was he able to do, and do you think he'll be able to go tomorrow?
I don't have any idea on tomorrow. He shot and he did some conditioning on his own. That was it. He didn't do anything team wise on the floor with us. So I don't know what tomorrow brings. We'll have to see.
Yeah, and JJ came out today and made some comments about the way things ended in New Orleans. I'm not going to ask you about that, but you've been in it from the coaching standpoint and the front office standpoint. How hard is it to balance wanting to do best by a guy and also want to do what's best for the franchise and in any particular move?
I mean, listen, I think you when you're in the front office, you have a responsibility, number one, to the franchise and to your owner, to your fans, all of that. It's about the team. If you can do something that helps the player as well, that's good. And I think it's all different, right? Who are you talking about? Are you talking about a guy who's been with your organization for 10 years and done a great job for you? Or who are you talking about? That all weighs into it. But regardless, I mean, you have a responsibility to your team, to your organization. That's who your responsibility is to.
Hi, Stan. It's Jamie Say from Orlando. I hope you're doing well. Just wanted to ask you about facing Steve tomorrow. He said in the past that he doesn't like facing his friends, and you be one of his friends. What do you think about that? And also along the same lines, what you were just talking about, facing a Magic team that's vastly different than it was 8 days ago?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think any of us particularly relishes having to compete against friends because you're conditioned to root for those guys, and when you go head to head, obviously you're not rooting for them. So that's not the best, but it's a fact of life. I mean, I had to coach against my brother, so it's not going to get worse than that. But coaching against Steve, coaching against Eric, things like that it's not. It's not easy. It's not something you really look forward to, but it's just a fact of life in the NBA. And yeah, they're a vastly different team. Their defense has been incredible the last two games. He's putting a bunch of really hard playing guys out there, defensive minded guys. Last two games, it's a small sample size, but they've been the best defensive team in the league. So they're going to present a major challenge there. And then I think you're always in for tough battles when you're giving talented guys an opportunity that maybe they haven't had before. They're getting more minutes, more shots, more responsibility. Guys rise to the challenge on that. So I expect not just us tomorrow, but a lot of people are going to have problems playing this Magic team.
Hey Stan, Griff mentioned the concept that when Kyra started the season, because it was such a weird year, summer league, all those kinds of things, that he was kind of thinking maybe like a redshirt year almost. Was there a point where you guys kind of started to realize that was not going to be something you wanted to do, that he could be useful to this team, and has his kind of production, do you think it would have mattered if he got a summer league? Would he be at this point, or do you think he'd be even further along right now?
Yeah, that's all obviously speculative. I don't have any idea. You think generally summer league would help guys, but we liked him right from the beginning. It's just we had 5 guards, right? I mean, JJ was in our rotation, and so it was hard to find minutes for Kyra. Once we decided we were going to move on from JJ. It opened up a lot of minutes, and we knew that Kyra was going to play every night. I mean, we've sort of gone all in on our young guys. We've gone all in. We went back to Jackson. We've gone all in on Nikhil and Kyra. So, when everybody's healthy, we're playing 6 guys in our 9-man rotation, really in our top 8. But in a 9-man rotation, 6 guys 23 or younger. So we've just gone all in on those guys.
Stan, where do you think Zion is on defense right now compared to the beginning of the season?
Oh, he's significantly improved. Still not where he would like to be or we would like him to be, but significantly improved. His alertness, his awareness has picked up. I thought he had a really good first half of the game the other night defensively. I thought he had a couple breakdowns late in the game, but early in the game, I thought he was really, really good. I think he's in general been a lot better, and that's important to us. I mean, the guys who are going to take the major minutes, he and Brandon. I just think I've said it before, if you look at the best teams in this league, your top players have to be two-way guys. So, they're both working at making improvements and getting there.
New Orleans. I wanted to circle back maybe to the JJ topic again. He was brought in here even before you, obviously, for leadership and things like that. When players are smart and hear things, when they hear a guy that was a leader say things about trust in the organization, is it something you have to address since you have so many young players that haven't been there, done that, or is it just maybe an isolated incident of a veteran player blowing off some steam?
Yeah, I don't know how each guy will view it, but clearly that was just a personal issue with JJ, and I'm not really going to get into it because I don't know how much he has said, but he had some things that he wanted to happen. But again, I think Griff cared very much about what JJ wanted, but he has a responsibility to Gail Benson and to the organization that supersedes all of that. Listen, the one thing with me, and I think I've been consistent about this throughout my career is, you'll hear people say it from time to time that it's a business. Well, it is, okay? And players are going to want to do what's best for them, and they have every damn right to do that. And organizations have every damn right to do what's best for their organization. I have problems when it gets skewed that it's a business from my end, but you should, not be a business on your end. That's not right. It's a business on both ends of it, and everybody should do what's best for them. And so that part of it, the business part of basketball, when you're talking about trades and free agent signings and contracts and all of that, everybody should do what's best for their interests. And unfortunately, sometimes what the player wants and what the team wants diverge. And that's unfortunate, but that's just part of the way it is. And so, look, I absolutely love JJ. I've enjoyed coaching him. He's one of the guys I most respect in this league. He did provide leadership here when he was here. And then at the end, I think it's unfortunate that he leaves not feeling good about it, but that happens a lot in this league, unfortunately.
Yeah, you were able to get Wes One do some run there in the second quarter against Boston. It wasn't much, but I guess what did you kind of see during his first opportunity to play with the team?
Yeah, look, Wes is a guy who's always going to play hard. He's a really, really good defender. He's a great cutter. He's a team guy. He's competitive. He wants to win, and you can count on him to go out there and play hard every night. So, the issue for him will be a little bit like it was earlier for Kyra. We when everybody's healthy, we've got a lot of guards. 4 guys that were sort of committed to playing every night, and so I don't know exactly when his opportunities will come, but we will count on him to be ready when they do.